of yesteryear. We're in the country Georgia now over here today, and we're exploring the Hilula of Rabbi Moshe Davarshvilli, also in inverted commas you could say Hakatan. He was a great rabbi of his time. His Hilula is here on the 19th of Iyar. The naturally in Hebrew we call that Yud Tet Iyar. He was a great rabbi. He was born in the English year 1892. He passed away on the 5th of May in 1980. We're talking about 45 years ago. And he passed away in Jerusalem. He was a great rabbi, had a congregation in Georgia. He was appointed, let's say, the rabbi of the area of Kutaisi. Very interesting enough. I think it's like a central, let's say, congregation in the great city inside Georgia, respectively. And he would have various other different great roles, and he will be, let's say, a leading Georgian rabbi in Eretz Israel once he would come inside the land of Israel. Let's explore a few of the highlights of the great rabbi's life. Now, much can be said about him. He was born in the early 1890s, actually 1892, I believe, in an area called Shin Valley, I believe. I hope I pronounced that right, and was the eldest son of Rav Rachamim and Rabbanit Esther Davarshvilli, respectively. His brothers were great rabbanim, including Rav Gabriel Davarshvilli, Rav Michael, and Rav Yaakov Davarshvilli, very great rabbis and famous rabbinic family in Georgia. He would study at the local Talmud Torah over there. There happened to be a great Torah scholarship at that stage in time. There was a famous rabbi he would learn under, Rabbi Avram Chavalas. He happened to be, I believe, the Ashkenazi rabbi of Georgia at that point in time, was the head of the congregation and representing very much that community. He would then go on to learn in the famous Shivat Radin under the auspices of Rabbi Yisrael Meir HaKohen, a very great rabbi, also popularly known as the Chafetz Chaim, after the great book, Torah book that he wrote in of itself. So he really, really surrounded himself by some really top rabbanim all across the world. I think then afterwards he would return again to Georgia, get married to the daughter of Rav Reuven Eloshaveli, I believe. He happened to be the rabbi also of Kutaisi, I think, at that stage in time, and representing, let's say, the Haredi Georgia community over there. They would, I think, start up together a branch of the Agudat Yisrael in Georgia, respectively, over here. And I think he would be one of three main people inside the Agudat Yisrael in of itself. Very prominent position at that point in time, and a very, let's say, important position they actually took on over there. There was representatives in the Georgian parliament on behalf of a political party, I believe, called the Menshevik Party. It was in a framework, he was one of the signatories, I think, of the Declaration of Independence of the Democratic Republic of Georgia. I believe that was in the year 1918. We're talking about 107 years ago from the time of recording. Now, more will continue. I think in the year 1921, there'll be the victory, let's say, of the Bolshevikim at that point in time. And he would, I think his father-in-law would leave Georgia, and he was appointed in his place as a rabbi and the leader of the Kutaisi community, respectively. In 1970, it's actually very interesting, he's prominently known as being, let's say, an ideologist at that stage in time in the 1910s. The immigration of Jews from Georgia, in particular, and the Soviet Union, to move to Eretz Israel. So at that point in time, there'll be a wave of Aliyah coming at that stage in time. And I believe there would also be, in the 70s, a written michtav, let's say, a letter, regarding making Aliyah to Eretz Israel, an important one at that stage in time, and that would have very much supported, let's say, expressed a public call for immigration to the land of Israel. So a wave of Aliyah partly came from his excellent, from this important letter. I believe in the year 1971 he would emigrate to Eretz Israel and would live in the Givat Mordechai neighborhood in Jerusalem, a place we visited on this channel on various occasions before. I think it's more southern, western part of Jerusalem, quite near Ramat Beit Kerem and various other places, quite near the Shaare Tzedek Hospital. And we actually visited Machon Lev over there not so long ago. He would go on to serve in the Georgian community's rabbinical court and was considered one of the great Georgian rabbis in the land of Israel at his stage in time. He would work with regards to various different important Miskeret organizations, including the organization called the Yad La'achim. He would take on, which I think is an important ultra-Orthodox Jewish organization over there, doing much, very, very necessitated work. In 1975, He would now go on to compile, I believe, a Siddur. It would have been. The naturally Hebrew year was Hey Taf Shin Lamed Hey. A Siddur, I think, with a translation to the Georgian language of the Jewish Tfilat Achim, I think it was called, and I think it would be moved all throughout different vicinities. He passed away in Yutet Iyar in the year 1980. Naturally, that was on May, and he would be, I believe, at that stage in time, they would dedicate a place in Har Zaitin, an area. He would be buried inside the Georgian rabbinic plot over there, or the Georgian plot there, respectively. He was a very great rabbi of his time. He passed away, we're talking about 50 years ago here from time recording here in 1980, so he passed away 45 years ago, in May the 5th to be precise, and was an important rabbi in Georgian Jewry, without doubt, in the last 100 years. So friends, we've really covered about maybe 4 or 5 Georgian rabbis in this series of here, so I'd recommend everyone to look over the previous videos we've recorded. Friends, we're a community here, we're learning about great rabbis of yesteryear. If you descend from any of the great Chachamim we are speaking about, please send me an email. I would love to hear more. If you feel anyone's interested in watching these videos, please share the videos to other people respectively. And if you haven't done yet, please subscribe to the channel. We are nearing 7,000 subscribers, which is a phenomenal achievement in my opinion. So please, all be well. I'm recording this at the time of the Jewish festival of Lag BaOmer here in Israel. Many people across Israel communities would light bonfires tonight, because it happens to be also tonight the Hilula of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, the great rabbi, and naturally Yutet is the Hilula, which is tomorrow, after Lag BaOmer, of Rabbi Moshe Davarshvilli, the great rabbi who passed away in Jerusalem. So wishing you well, take care, and thanks.